Design your learning experiences to embrace context and problem solving. What it means is to think about meeting students where they're at and helping them learn how to solve problems. So your curriculum should meaningfully combine STEM disciplines, and that can improve learning outcomes for boys and girls. Sometimes it's about doing science in science class and technology in technology class, but also it's about bringing them together sometimes and using maths where it's relevant in your science class and using technology where it's relevant in your coding class. So it's combining them meaningfully. The engineering design process is a really useful design process that helps students enjoy, be creative, and personalize their projects in STEM. A way of structuring that problem solving process for students, it's really useful and helpful if you haven't come across it before. And teaching approaches that respond to students' culture can increase problem solving and interest in study and careers. And so there's lots of different cultures in our classrooms, and sometimes our STEM curriculum doesn't take those cultures into account. And really meeting students where they're at in terms of their culture can make a big difference to how engaged they are in STEM. So that's the principle. And so some classroom strategies that can help you embrace context and problem solving, engaging students and identifying meaningful and personal problems. And so this is something we'll touch on in some of the other principles. But if students are allowed to choose problems and projects that have meaning to them, they're much more likely to engage in them. And there's a little picture there of bushfires, which has been a big issue in where I live at the moment, and designing science projects around planning for a bushfire or what that means and what scientists do in that context will engage kids a lot more than just doing chemistry for chemistry's sake. Adopting teaching approaches that engage and support students in STEM. So by that we mean making sure that there's an inquiry approach, there's a problem-solving approach. Again, going back to that design process, the engineering design process that we talked about, will actually support students because they can see what the steps are that they're engaging in when they're solving their problems. And integrate STEM authentically, which again means that where there's opportunities to talk about where STEM fits into students' lives and it's authentic and real, that will make a difference to how students learn.